Hello and welcome to Bollywood Bubble. I am Sanjana Ganeshan and today I'm in conversation with Vivaan Shah, the star of Laali ki Shaadi mein Laaddoo Deewana. Welcome to Bollywood Bubble, Vivaan. The first time you heard the title of the name, आपके दिमाग में क्या चला?
You know, the first time the title actually in the beginning it was Begani Shaadi mein Abdullah Deewana, which is an old Rishi Kapoor song from the 70s, and it was a sort of tribute and an homage to that. And I think Manish changed it to Laali ki Shaadi mein Laaddoo Deewana because I think it has a kind of ring to it. It does add a different quality to it because Begani Shaadi mein Abdullah Deewana is a muhavra. It's a very famous muhavra which means किसी पराये के शादी में दुल्हन को छीनना. But in this case, it's not just although there is that as well, but it's not just that because out here there is a sort of Laali ki Shaadi mein Laaddoo Deewana brings a sort of slapstick element to it, brings a comic kind of innocence to it. So I think that is a very interesting thing about the title. That it definitely does have a ring to it, and whoever has heard it, they're quite intrigued by the title.
Right.
That's a very thing, yeah.
We know that it's going to be an extremely fun movie, but it also gives out a very important message. One about premarital sex. What is your stance on the issue? Well,
I think that premarital pregnancy is something that well, for instance, I was saying earlier is that it's an issue that's very new to our country. I think it's something that America has been dealing with for a long, especially the blacks in America.
Right.
I mean, it's been a huge issue with African American communities.
Right.
You know, especially in the ghettos. I think it's been. I mean, you hear a lot of rappers talking about it. Like Tupac, Eminem, all these guys. I mean, Eminem's white, but a lot of like you hear. I mean, it's been a very constant. It's been a big issue for America since the 90s, since the 80s. But it's a very new phenomenon out here. And I don't quite know if we have the same concerns because out here I think marriage has far more gravity than it does in the West. I think we take marriage a little more seriously than because as you see in the West, in America, people have 5-6 marriages, they get divorced left, right and center, and I think out here we place a lot more importance and emphasis on marriage. So which is why the issue of premarital pregnancy is a very new one to our culture and to our society. So I don't know what my stance is on that because it's a very complicated issue and it's difficult to say whether it's right or wrong to take a moralistic high ground on it. But I would just say this, that for people to be responsible, and that doesn't just apply to pregnancy, it applies to marriage. Because a lot of times I've noticed, especially my generation, people take the plunge without in haste.
Right.
You know, they don't realize that marriage is something that you do after you settle down, after you get stability in your life, whether it's professionally or personally or however, spiritually. After some stability is the time for marriage. People, I think, in my generation are very hurried to get married.
Right.
So perhaps that's one reason that premarital pregnancies do occur.
Okay, this movie has a very large star cast. Tell us about your experience shooting it. Who did you bond with the most? Who did you enjoy shooting
I actually bonded with Akshara and Gurmeet the most, but I think the person who I learned from the most and who's the experience I cherished most with is probably with Saurabh Shukla. Because Saurabh Shukla was really like a mentor to all of us. He's like a guru. We kind of became his disciples. We'd sit at his feet and we'd really kind of bask in the wisdom that he because Saurabh ji is an institution. I mean, he really is. I mean, he's someone who we've all been big fans of.
Right.
Grown up watching his movies, but apart from that, he's also a great mind. There's a great mind there, and you really want to reach out and reach across and engage with him. And that's the great thing about working with Saurabh ji is that we could talk about anything under the sun, and he taught us about so much. I think it was a truly profound experience working with Saurabh ji. And of course, Sanjay sir and Ravi sir, with them it was a whole different kind of thing. With them it was more of there was more fun, laugh and banter. We used to hang out with them and that sort of thing. It was great fun. Sanjay Mishra though always kept everybody laughing on the set, non-stop, 24/7. When he was on the set, you knew it was going to be a good day. Like everyone would be happy and and there'd be. But with Saurabh sir, it's a very different thing. With Saurabh sir, it was more of a serious, I hate to use the word intellectual because it sounds very pretentious, but I'd say it was more of a very philosophical relationship with Saurabh sir.
As a star kid, Vivaan, do you feel there's an added pressure for you to perform and do well, and everything that you do is scrutinized a little more than everybody else?
True, definitely, but then it's scrutinized for a reason. The reason being that you have that advantage. So if you have that advantage, you better make the most of it. That's why they come down stronger and star kids than on outside, because they have an extra platform, they have an extra push. So star kids better make the best of it. I mean, there's no two ways about that.
Right.
But yes, I mean, sometimes unfairly so, like definitely they do scrutinize you unfairly, but But I guess the bottom line is that, you know, and as I said before, that it is much tougher for an outsider to make it than a star kid, because a star kid, people know that star kids exist.
Right.
But yet, being a star kid comes with a different set of issues which people don't understand. And that is also something I think that needs to be brought under the light, is that it's not easy being a star kid. For sure, there are advantages, there are perks and privileges of that. But then it also comes with a sort of, with its own set of problems and difficulties that happen along the way. And that's the thing about being a star kid. People don't realize that how difficult it is to live under the shadow, or to the fact that you've not really had a normal life in that sense of the word, that you've always been kind of that, you know, like thankfully I have, because I went off to boarding school very early on in life, and I was kind of cut off from the whole Bombay scene, and so the kind of people I grew up around, I was very cut off, I was very removed from Bombay and from the movie world. So which is why I never felt like a star kid growing up. I never ever felt like that. But it's been extremely difficult for a lot of kids, for a lot of guys, man. I mean, I can tell you like this, it's been so difficult for so many people. I mean, someone like Abhishek, you know, he told me once that he had to register in his school under a fake name.
Oh.
Because so that people wouldn't know he's Mr. Bachchan's son.
Right.
But just so that he could have a normal life. So you can understand what he's gone through, the difficulties, and you know that he's gone through, and he's come out of it so gracefully, with his own character, with his own persona and his own personality. So you know, I have so much respect for him and for guys like that who manage to come out on their own despite having such Herculean, you know, presences in their lives.
Right.
And you know, it's difficult to live in the shadow of a giant.
Right. Yeah. We've heard that you're in Munna Michael.
No, that's everybody's been asking me about that. I don't know how on earth that is. I guess you'll have to ask Wikipedia about that, because I don't know how that news has come. It's strange how these things work. I don't know how this happens. But yeah, for some reason I've been associated with Munna Michael.
Oh, so
and I've never even heard of the movie.
So you've heard it first on Bollywood Bubble. You're not a part of it.
I'm not a part of Munna Michael. I mean, I wish the movie all the best, and I believe it has Tiger Shroff and Nawazuddin, and I would love to work with them. It's a dream to work with both of them, but unfortunately, what can I do? I'm not part of Munna Michael. I don't know where that news came from.
Anyway, Vivaan, thank you so much for talking to us. All the very best for your movie.
Thank you so much.
And
Great
we
talking
hope to
you.
see you soon again.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.